Let us take a look at a multiple bus organization. So here, as you can see, there are three buses over here which are within the processor chip. There is a register file over here which has two output ports. That means two registers can be accessed simultaneously and their contents can be placed on bus A and bus B. There is another port over here which allows the data on bus C to be loaded into a third register, and this can be done in the same clock cycle. Buses A and B, they transfer source operands to A and B inputs of the ALU. R is equal to A, this R equal to A or equal to B, this is the control signal which decides which of the input has to be transferred to bus C. There is an incrementer unit over here which increments the contents of the program counter and passes them back to the program counter to point to the next instruction. However, there is another constant value which is available at the input of the multiplexer, and this constant value can be used to increment other memory addresses. Like for example, if we have a load instruction and it is accessing multiple data elements in an array, so to point to successive memory locations, this constant value can be used. Let us take an example and see how this multiple bus organization can be used to execute an instruction add R4, R5, R6. So in the first step, the contents of the program counter will be put onto bus B, from where they will be available at the input of the ALU. R is equal to B will select this input and pass it on to the memory address register through bus C. The memory read operation will be initiated. At the same time, this program counter value will be sent to the incrementer unit, where it will be incremented and put back into the program counter. It will point to the next instruction. In step 2, the wait for memory function complete signal, if it is received, the data from the memory will be put into the memory data register. This is the instruction that has been fetched from the memory. This again will be put onto bus 3 in the next clock cycle, where it will be again available at the B input of the ALU. Through the ALU again it will be sent to the instruction register. So now the instruction register is having the instruction which has been fetched, and it will be passed on to the instruction decoder. In the next clock cycle, the source operands R5 and R6 will be accessed from the register 5. So suppose if this is bus A is carrying R5 contents and bus B is carrying R6 contents. So R6 will be available at the input port of the ALU over here, and R5 will be available at the input of the multiplexer. The multiplexer control signals will allow the contents of R5 to be available at input port A. The add operation to the ALU will result in the addition, and the result will be passed on back to the register R4 through bus C. So this is how the execution of this instruction will take place using a multiple bus organization.